Hi, welcome back to 喋喋不休，我是喋喋。
我是亚妮。
今天我们要讲的是尼泊尔抗议。
这是发生在最近的 Napoleon protest。所以他们有一个，你有听过吗？这个 news actually？
Nope， 我才刚刚听到你讲啊。
Okay. So basically, right?
Yeah.
What happened was that 一开始的时候 right? The thing okay. So 很多人 try to cover 这个东西 and not cover lah, right? But they like to shove it to and say that it's because 这个 government 去 ban 那个 social media. That's why 那个 GenZ 不开心 and then 他们去 protest, right?
Okay.
Because they want to make it sound very unserious, okay? Whoever they are lah, okay? But actually what happened was that the social media ban is 他们的 like the last straw, like 他们的 the last thing that they can accept already. 一开始是因为 there was a hashtag that was going on that I think is called
Reject Finance Bill 2024啊？
不是
那个是肯尼亚。不懂哦，因为我在看 Google 其实现在
不是它是I think is I don't remember what the hashtag is called, but 它是 about basically in Nepal, right? 他们的 average median income per annum is 600块 USD. But
per annum?
对 Yeah. So let me fact check this Nepal median income.
如果是600块 USD 真的有够少。你有 per annum 吗？
他们的 median
okay 很少。
他们的 per capita income is I don't know. Individual. Okay, 他讲average per capita average income is 1456 according to ChatGPT, okay? But according to I think some of the locals 他们讲是 most of them actually 是 earn about 600 USD per person. Actually average income of 1400 is still very low. That's why 他们那边的物价其实也是偏低啦哈 okay? But the thing is like but because of social media 他们看得到很多那些minister 的孩子或者 like the politically tight people 的孩子right? Is living a luxurious life in like the US, the UK. 他们可能买一个 bag 都已经是2家人的 per annum income 了的那种。So
okay.
Like they were obviously very unhappy lah because they are thinking like where are they getting all this money, right? Obviously it's coming from somewhere, right? So they wanted to they were reposting 很多这些 posts to gain traction, right? And then that's why the government tried to ban social media to stop all these things from they wanted them to take down the post actually, but 他们 of course 不从嘛 right?
Yeah.
So 他们不从了过后他们就 ban social media, but that's why the GenZ felt suppressed, like 我连 like I cannot even 抗议的那种感觉啊。
Yeah.
That's why 它就变成了他们最后一根稻草啦 essentially. Then and they decided to protest, right? And what happened was that actually the government 叫他们ban social media 的时候 right? 很多 platforms 没有被 ban, but the major ones were banned. So for example like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, Reddit, X 都被 ban 了。And what happened was that so during the protest, right, how they communicated was mainly through Discord. So do you know Discord?
Discord? What is that?
对 Discord. See, because Discord is not a very popular social media, not for the people that play games lah, because most of the people that play game 会用 Discord. So Discord is mostly like it's something like Telegram. But not really. Like it's more I think you don't need to link your phone number 的那种 so you can have any
就像 Telegram 啊 Telegram 也是不需要电话之类对不对
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. So like basically but most of the people who are in Discord are Gen Zs or the people that play games right? So like Gen Zs and young millennials is mostly the people who are in Discord. So that's where they mostly did 他们的 planning for the protest lah.
Wow.
Then
okay.
Yeah. not just that. So during the protest, right? Okay, so we go through the protest first. So during the protest, so 很好笑的是 how I found out about this thing was that I saw this random British guy. He's a British guy, okay? Like his YouTube is 叫 wehatethecold, and then他其实是 he wanted to ship his bike. He was there for what's it called?
他在 Nepal
transfer 他在Nepal transit. So he was transiting because he was trying to ship his bike from Thailand to Dubai, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, okay.
Right? So yeah, so on the day that he landed was the day of the protest. What's so funny? Yeah, just he was very shocked. So he was like, "Whoa, today, like of all days," and he's a vlogger, so like he vlogged everything, he recorded everything, and that's how most people found out about this thing because a lot of the like this news is very very not very well known also to a certain extent, right? And then so but I'm really appreciative of his point of view because the video really show like what really happened amongst the protesters, right? And a lot of the things that we see is that they're just protesting, right? Obviously, they eventually burn the parliament down. They burn the building.
我看到那个照片诶，哇！
Yes, but the thing is like throughout the whole thing, right? They were very peaceful among themselves. So like 它有很多那些 snippets where they will share water, like 因为because the government, I think the security forces 会用 tear gas and then like water cannon or like even ammunition. So I think during the protest 有19个人丧命 and then like 2000个人受伤. But
okay.
So actually to like really respect that the people who went for protest and to be honest 19 is of course not good, but it's much less than I expected. The chaos was very big actually. Like, but you can see that within themselves they were very peaceful. They were very like and then it's so funny because the British guy was there and they obviously see that he is a tourist, right? And even in the midst of the chaos, right? They were like, "Oh, how long have you been here? How do you like Nepal so much?" We're not like this usually. We're just in the middle of a protest. Usually we're much calmer. Yeah.
还要解释很好笑。
And the thing is like in the protest, like during like a protest, so at this point the the parliament is on fire already, right? But there was a tour bus. And then the people were like, okay, we have to make way for the tour bus. And then like the tour bus, so the people move aside so that the tour bus can pass through the protest, right? and then during the whole time they were like waving hand and like, Nepal welcomes you.
我也很搞笑but then 他们 OK 啊，至少他们还让那个 tour bus.
Yeah. Because they made it very clear that 这个是
against the parliament. Okay.
We don't even hate our people. We just want the people in power to get down because clearly they're doing something wrong. Like they're very corrupt lah, one big thing. Like according allegedly, whatever. Okay, like but allegedly they're very corrupt. So and it is supported by the fact that 他们的孩子 is living very lavishly. They are living very lavishly, whereas the rest of the country is in a dire state lah, right? Then but I think they made a comment also and said that like we don't want the protest. It's just that they left us no choice, so we have to show, we have to do something about it lah, right? And they did, and then but it's so funny. And then there was this one guy, he was even saying like, he said that like in the midst of the protest, so there were tear gas, there were live ammunition and like water cannon, everything happening, right? There's this one guy, he's like, "Oh, where are you from?" Like in the middle of the protest, asking this British guy, he's like, "Oh, I'm from the UK." And then he's like, "Oh, which football team do you support?" In the middle of a protest. And the building is on fire. I'm just saying. but but they made it. But they were very successful. I think the protest lasted for 4 days. right?
5 days.
And then the outcome, 4 or 5
8 to 13 5 days 5 days. Okay, 5 days. Yeah.
Okay, 5 days. But I think in between, the Prime Minister already resigned. So he resigned and then hopped on a helicopter and ran away. Okay?
What?
Yeah,
Serious
So he resigned.
Okay.
Yeah, went on a helicopter and went off. So there's an interim government that is formed, right? So the interim prime minister is Sushila Kaki. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. I don't know. I think it's Sushila Kaki. It is the way to pronounce it. Okay, that as far as I know.
Sushila Kaki.
Yes.
Okay.
So and she is the first prime minister or woman that is a woman in Nepal.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And it was
okay.
And she is voted because she is mainly chosen because she is the former chief of justice, and她的 reputation 是 she is not corruptible. So 是一个很正义的 yeah. And then oh my god, I need to tell you about the election. Okay, because it's interim, right? So obviously it's a temporary thing. Okay, and then the voting of the prime minister was done through Discord. Yeah, so they did a poll on Discord and then they voted, and then Sushila Kaki was the highest vote, so they voted on Discord. This is the first government voting that was done on Discord, I think, ever in the global universe. Yeah. But of course, this is only interim lah, right? They also know that because I think they were like 10,000 votes or like 10 plus thousand votes, and obviously it doesn't represent the whole of Nepal, right?
Yeah.
And the people who are in the Discord, which are mostly the Gen Zs and the young millennials, right, are very aware that obviously this is not fair lah to do. It's not according to the law. So if you do that, right? But she was voted as the interim prime minister, and she will serve until the 5th of March 2026. So it will at least have about a good 6 months lah. So the official election will be done on 5th of March 2026. And of course, like if she does, like the people like her and everything like that, hopefully she gets majority vote lah. Like if things are well, then obviously we want to go the way that the things are good lah, right? And but yeah, it was voted through this guy. And it's so funny because like they were so serious about they're so serious about their political climate. They're so serious about their government, their country, right? But the way they do things is so unserious. It's so funny. There were some people that they carry signs, right? So they printed out some signs in the protest, and then some of it I saw on TikTok. Some of it was like, it's bad when the introverts are outside. Then the other one was like, how can I be a corporate baddie if I'm not employed?
很无聊他们就是一个 but then so unserious but it's workable 那一种
yes they're very unserious, but they're very like they don't take themselves so seriously, but they are very serious about like their things, right? And like they're very funny, and they use a lot of humor in 这些东西. Okay, and another thing that to note is that I cannot remember, but one of the member of the parliaments or government, I don't know what's his position. Okay, he ran away, right? So he fled. Okay, but he left his wife, who is paralyzed, in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, so he ran away himself. Let me see who is it. Let me Google real quick. Is it Prime Minister? Let me check before I.
They have a curfew. Curfew was lifted.
Yeah, they had a curfew for a while, I think. Then it was lifted because of the, wait, I missed left wife. Has a Nepal minister. I don't know what minister he is, but he was one of the ministers, right? So he abandoned his disabled wife, right? So the wife is 行动不便的, right?
Yeah.
And then he fled the country. He left the country, okay? And then like in the middle of this big protest, he left. His wife is built like 是坐轮椅的那种来的, like she cannot run herself. He left the country without her.
Wait,
And then you know what
不可以 Okay.
You know the protesters, right? Because like, you know,她是行动不便, like what can she do, right? So she just stayed in the house. When the protester found her, she was, I think, a bit hurt lah, right? Because of like, I don't know why, but she was not in a good state, right? So the protester brought her to the hospital.
Huh?
Yeah, because she is not
好有良心哦 Oh my god.
Exactly. And the thing is, 你要听更有良心的是哦 like because the UK blogger, I went to watch all of his blogs, right?
Yeah.
Then the UK blogger even 他有 show, right? There's this government building. 那个 government building 已经超大到真的是 I have never seen a building in charcoal form. But 它真的是那种黑到黑 like of course there are parts that not fully 黑 but 那个黑是真的是 like 已经 fully black, right? Charred, like you know it is charred 的那种 like then but 它隔壁的 building because it's a commercial building 完好无损没有事的 they didn't harm that building at all. Nothing was stolen.
所以他们只是有目的的就是我有目的只是要 burn 那个把里面可是我不会 affect 到任何其他的 building or 人 which is quite 友善
which is exactly the way, right? Which is exactly the way, like you want to like basically 他们只是要 make sure they are heard, right? Because obviously they feel very unheard, like after like exposing the second generations living a very big good life on the internet while they are like living in a barely livable wage, right? So and then they want the social media ban. Like clearly you are just saying that shh, keep quiet, you know? So they couldn't really like, they didn't, obviously I wouldn't like it, right? So they wanted to make it known lah, right? And this is their way to do it. So they basically overturned the government in 4 days, like 4 or 5 days, right? And then they elected a new prime minister and everything like that. So, and then immediately after the protest, because the guy who was transiting is still there.
How long? Why is still there?
Imagine, right? 他只是去 transit, so he has to stay in the hotel for 1 day, right? Initially it was 1 day, but then like he's there for a week, I think, at this point. But then
because curfew 那些
yeah, because of everything that was happening, and obviously like you know he wanted to document more things as well. I'm sure. I don't know, like but so basically what happened that he left his bike, so he went there for the purpose of transiting his bike, right? His motorbike lah, right? And then so he left his bike at one area and then he went and joined in with the protest, right? Not join in with the protest lah, but he went and document what is going on and everything. And then he went back and the bike was exactly there. 没有人动他的东西，没有人偷他的东西 and nothing. Like there was no
not bad,
like,
not bad.
They were very truly their purpose was like, I just want a better life for my country. That's it. Yeah.
Just
and then they hang 他们 hang 了一个 one piece 你的那个 anime
like the pirate like
yeah and then it's so funny because I went on TikTok and I saw 那个 comments that said like you do realize now an anime is part of human history. But I think it inspired something in people because I think there was also I don't know, like a political situation that's happening in Indonesia, and they also hang 一个 one piece the flag. So I think it's symbolic now. Yeah, I think it's a very symbolic sign now. I haven't read very much into it, so I will not discuss much. But that one happened, and then after that, after the protest, you know, like everything settled, right? The protesters went and cleaned the streets. So like. Yeah, they went and cleaned the streets and then they like I think they repainted some places and then like they fixed the road and everything. Like they really just want a good country.
Yeah. 喂，他们其实还蛮好的一般人，他们只是需要被人家听到。
Yeah, I think
why that's the protest, right?
Yes. I think it's more like they feel very silenced lah. Like clearly I'm trying to say like hello, like I'm trying to like 你敢做我就敢 show 这样子的一个东西这样子 right? Then like
所以我觉得他们应该被 take 了。 就是因为你
Yeah.
已经 shut down 我的 social media， 我已经不能 announce to the world that 这个事情 is happening，but then
Yeah.
我就用另外一个方法，就用那个Discord。
Yeah. Discord, yeah. I think they forgot about Discord because Discord is very like
I don't even know what is Discord.
exactly. Discord is not something that a lot of people use lah. Like, so
Yeah.
like I only know Discord because like 我有很多朋友是打 game 的嘛 then like so I know of Discord, but most of them like 他们是打Dota的时候方便讲话 then so they use Discord or like 打 whatever game 的时候 Valorant or whatever then like they would use Discord, but a lot of crypto people also use Discord. I don't know why
Really?
it's a choice, but yeah, I don't like the interface lah personally. I'm sorry, I personally don't like the interface, but it's interesting, right? Of course, Discord is also used for very different things also lah. But
I mean Discord 会变 famous upon this revolution.
Well,
maybe
actually 我觉得 Discord, if I am I think Discord also have its negative sides.
Yeah.
因为there is also, I don't know if it's a recent case, but it's founded that there's a lot of like bullying happening in Discord also.
Because 你不需要电话那些。
It's not very traceable.
Yeah.
Which is the good and bad part lah, right? Like it's how you use it, but it's not.
Depends on people.
It's more because of the person lah. It's not because
It's
not because of the channel.
Yeah.
So, but it's very interesting. I saw it. I loved it. Like it was such an interesting thing that happened.
我觉得他们有用脑啊。
Yeah.
Whatever source that can be used, I use. 就是他们会
Exactly.
找 OK， 你放我，你没有一个，你已经 cut 我的 shut down 我的 social media， never mind， 我 find 另外一个 source， 我找另外一个 source
Exactly.
to announce the whole world that 这是一个 revolution or something。
这个是你逼死他的 actually, like it's more of a like
他们已经
like you already know they're not happy about it and you just want them to keep quiet. Like it's not, it doesn't solve anything and they're still unhappy. So like I think it's more for them, it's more of like they, and also okay, because like 在尼泊尔已经是 okay, the whole world in terms of like job opportunity is lower in general, right? It's
$1,400 USD per annum is way too low. It's super low 而且 OK， 我看到他讲嘛，他的 medium age of Nepal population is 25. In 25, 你的 annual salary is $1,400 USD. Wow.
You have to consider 你如果是 $1,400 for 25, right? But 那些19岁、20岁出来做工的，但他们赚什么 ？Right? Like there is.
Let me calculate. 1,400 per annum 是一个月多少钱？Oh my god!
Yeah. 100块 Yeah.
Not even 200. Not even 200.
Of course. Yeah. Of course, considering that 他们的 you need to see that 他们的 cost of living, but regardless, it's very, very, very hard, right?
Yeah. It still is like below. I mean, the world 不知道。In Malaysia 都没有这样低耶，其实。
Yeah, and I think it's also, and and now that we are in social media, like social media is a thing now, right? I think like it is also a consideration to say that okay, like is what if nationality is purely based on your immediate environment, which is the country that you're in, then understandable. But since you are not comparing, but you can see what the other countries are doing. Then you can see that, holy, like, this is not normal.
Yeah.
Right?
This is really not
even
normal.
Though, like, of course, even if you're kind of like Malaysia's median salary in USD, it's still not comparable to US, obviously. But the cost of living is also very different. But regardless of the cost of living, I think 1,200 块 is very, very, very... Even, I think Myanmar's median salary is also not so low. 一个月都有一个 I think 600块 USD 一个月哦 in Myanmar. So I think it's really very, very low for Nepal.
我也真的是有一点低哦。
OK， 这个
Nepal 人是蛮善良一下的，because 我那时候我去爬山，我的那个爬山的人是 Nepal 人，所以还有他们还蛮友善的，其实就是会很欢迎大家来他们会讲你们来我们这边，然后我们然后还蛮可怜的是，因为我忘记那个是他弟弟还是他的儿子啊，所以我就问他的儿子，你要怎样去那小孩子啊，你要怎样去学校？因为我们是在一个mountain 嘛，说那个地方他是需要有人去管理这个地方嘛，所以他的爸爸就会来，所以他不会每天都见他爸爸，原因是因为 in order to 见他爸爸，还要越过一个山哦嘛。还一个山，还有几个山，他才可以见他爸爸，所以他只有 school holiday 才可以，你知道不知道？就是还有2个山过久才跟他爸爸见面，所以基本上没有 school holiday 的话哦，就是他爸爸住他的爸爸，就是住在就是向导，就是带大家上那个山的地方，然后他们呢就是住在隔2个山的后面，所以我觉得而且我们的爬山的费其实很便宜。所以就是讲其实他们的，
你是在哪里爬山？Nepal 啊
？Nepal，我是在 Nepal。
哦，
所以他们，
你在 Nepal 几久？
我爬山2天哦。
你直接去爬山罢了？
因为我去 India 嘛，过久去 Nepal 下面。其实是 India 跟 Nepal 的中间这样啦。But 那个向导是 Nepal 人来的，所以我没想到他们是这样好的人。你要知道，就人不可貌相。其实你觉得他们这样不好，但是他们其实蛮善良的，就是他们会你不是有去 Nepal？
现在听about Nepal。
因为对，因为是Myanmar我去 Nepal， 所以 Nepal 他们还蛮穷啊，我只能讲，就是他们要种菜哇，你知道我们爬山很累很累，我们的嘎唱是很多他们只是一个拖鞋就可以上了，你知道吗？然后为什么他们会这样厉害爬山？原因是因为他们种东西也在爬山，也是要在山上，就是他们要爬去山了，他们才可以去打理他们的 farm， 然后再下山这样子。所以是一个很辛苦很辛苦的，就是他们吃的东西也很简单很简单很简单，就是
对
看起来吃不饱的东西。
因为就是 the livability is hindered 嘛。
But
hopefully after this it will get better 啦 ，obviously.
Hopefully 那个 Prime Minister, I mean interim Prime Minister 会做到比较好一点。But anyway， 他们还是要一个 new Prime Minister。
Yeah. So the thing is like the big change will be whether or not in March 2026 when they make the election 会不会继续是 Sushila Kaki 啦 or like if they can find someone else. Okay, another funny thing. Okay, I think it's funny now because like it's all over and everything is good, right?
Yeah.
Another thing that's funny is because 他们在 Discord vote 的时候 right?
Yeah.
I saw the candidates, right? I don't remember all, but 我记得最like the highest vote obviously is Sushila Kaki, right? But the second one, the name was called Random Nepali. Okay, which in layman context it sounds very funny because like random Nepali is like just a random guy. You just take any random guy to be a prime minister, right? But no. Okay, just to clarify, random Nepali doesn't mean a random Nepali guy, right? Okay, 他其实是一个 YouTuber 来的，他的 YouTuber 名字叫做 Random Nepali. Yeah, but he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer and he talks a lot about political stuff lah. That's why they felt like he was a good candidate to be a prime minister also.
So the candidates like 很 random 的那种啦。
It's more of 他们的 qualification 咯，他们觉得 who is suited 啦 because their main thing is that they
this
were
is a good thing actually.
Yeah.
他们就是没有来你是怎样，我就是要你 suitable for 这个 job. Okay, I 你就是一个 candidate 这样子。
我们 actually in Malaysia 也是可以的，你可以做 independent party 去 run for campaign 的嘛。
Yeah, can. But usually the independent,
it's just whether or not 你有没有够人 support 你罢了嘛。
Yeah.
But I think one big thing is that because the people who are on Discord and clearly like in that particular Discord channel have a certain point of view, and also they are more exposed to certain like their similar mindset lah, right?
Yeah.
So, 他们选的人 obviously is just okay. I just want somebody who is fair and will give our give our country a better chance.
Yeah.
Right. So it's more of that. So I don't think they're very particular of like, oh, 这个是 whichever relative of whoever, right? It's more of just that can she do the job? Can he do the job?
Yeah.
So
which is a good
and
way.
I think it's a very telling thing that 他们选了一个 Chief of Justice 啦。因为她的 reputation 是 she is not corruptible. and I think it's so cool that she's the first female prime minister in Nepal. Female prime minister is female prime minister, Malaysia 都没有 female prime minister, 开玩笑 Singapore 都没有 female prime minister.
没有啦。
Nepal is actually more forward for that, actually. So I think it's very interesting that this is what is happening. And then and then also like there's also because of 这个 protest, right? So what they have achieved is like the resignation of the prime minister, which 我们之前 mentioned, right? And he immediately resigned and went on a helicopter and left the country. Okay, and then the cancellation of the ban, cancellation of the social media ban. I think one thing that I also think about, like I don't know how I feel about it, is that a lot of I don't know. Okay, like I feel like sometimes because we're in the internet era, 很多人要 clickbait 的东西 right? And I obviously don't know if it is intentional or is it just for a clickbait purpose, right?
Some is intentional lah.
There was some news that chose to say like, oh, Napoleon GenZs are protesting because of social media ban. Like they make it sound like I cannot scroll TikTok, therefore I'm here on the streets with some fire, right? But it's not the case. It's very astute lah. It's very astute in that sense. So I think moral of the story is have some critical thinking. 我觉得 critical thinking is very important.
Yeah.
I think one example is that你有听过吗？有一个 there's this one thing that always quote 这个 study. People who drink red wine before they sleep is more likely to live longer. 你有听过吗？
No.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Okay.
Then I should drink.
So there is this claim that 阳明酒 is 讲这个东西的嘛？
阳明酒 is 啦。But
I'm sure 阳明酒有它的 sign 啦 right? But like basically there's this research that was done, right? That says that 晚上喝红酒的人会活得比较久。Okay? And obviously most of us, and even when 我刚刚看那个 title 的时候 my first thought was, oh, if I drink red wine, I will live longer. Alright?
Yeah.
But actually, correlation and causation are two different things. So like, meaning to say, right, it is related, but it is not causing it. And the critical thinking part of this is that who are the people that can drink red wine? Obviously, people of a certain class, people of a certain income. So the people who are of that certain class and a certain income, right, they have better access to healthcare. Therefore, they live longer.
True. Very true.
So obviously I don't know the science, like obviously I'm sure there's some science and then there's some like good for your heart and all that fancy thing going on, right? But I think it is also heavily skewed that like if somebody works 12-hour shifts every day, they have no time to drink, like they will not spend that kind of money to drink beer, or they will not they will not have the access to have good wine essentially, right? But causation and correlation, I think, is something that I think about a lot recently. But I feel like the moral of the story I feel very inspired by the GenZs of Nepal actually. I think that they really took matters to hand, and 我觉得就要争取，要争取，
因为人生真的是，如果你没有争取就没有了，因为没有人听到你啊。他们 in a creative way 啦 I think.
Yeah, and I think it's also a very good example of like you do things seriously and you take things seriously, but you don't have to take yourself seriously.
True.
Like I think they still hee ha ha about the whole thing, but they're very serious about what they want and what they're looking for and what's their purpose and everything like that. And they're very like you don't have to make everyone a casualty of your interest, right? Like everything else other than the government parliament related buildings will not harm. So I think it's a very heartwarming thing to see lah. Actually, I feel like it gave me a lot of hope. 我觉得我对这个 new
突然间人
generation
生有希望啊！你要讲的是
yeah, like I feel like it's such a fresh thing, you know, like
yeah.
and-
OK 啦
and
to be
this is not
honest，
me
如果
saying-
你听到 GenZ 的话，你是会有点 OK， 这个人你会 doubt 他们，but then 这个 situation 你就会觉得很 proud to have a GenZ。
I don't doubt Gen Z. I just think that something ridiculous is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like for example, in this case, is hanging a one piece flag and also asking people which football team they support in the middle of a protest. But I think something chaos, something like funny, like not funny, but like something that is very
Unrelated.
serious is gonna happen.
Yeah.
In a very serious situation.
Yeah.
But they have this. Honestly, I quite like the Gen Zs. To be fair, I think they put a very nice balance in
serious and not serious situation.
Yeah, because they do things very seriously and they take things very seriously, and I think that I feel like Gen Zs are very
OK 啊 work hard, play hard. That's the word.
Yeah, and I think that from 他们的 point of view also, I think like Gen Zs were given 一个 very bleak outcome, 你知道吗？ Like you know, like even when we are millennials, right? But 我们小时候我们人家都已经讲like 工很难找 and everything like that. 你 imagine the Gen Zs are growing up on like worse than us. So like 对他们来讲是 well nothing to lose anymore, right?
Yeah. It's like
so I think it's very interesting.
Just fight for
and
it.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy for the power.
Yeah. 他们才过1个礼拜罢了13号
Yeah. And they already cleaned the streets and things are going back to
normal.
Like they're all 店已经开门了 they went back to their own lives and everything like that already. So I think
the parliament still okay 吗？还是 in a 超大 situation?
No, parliament, like the buildings are not okay, but like they have a new government now. So 他们的 interim government 是新的
okay.
Yes, new interim government like interim. But of course, if they do well, most people are very happy that Sushila Kaki is the interim prime minister. So I think more likely than not, I hope, as I feel like if she proves to be good for the country in the next 6 months, they will obviously choose her. So because I think Nepal is quite sick of whatever that has been happening for the past years really lah.
Yeah.
So
true.
I mean, if not, they wouldn't do so much, right? But anyway, bye.
Bye.